So before following this method of Ben Halima, I was following the book of and the teachings of Sheikh, the one who wrote Saribul Batar, who is called Sheikh. I forgot his name a little, inshallah. So this method, I have been reading the book Sarimul Batar and Wiqayatul Insi wal Jinni min al-Shayateen. I was reading those books and applying this method when I was back in the university, and that was my first encounter with the jinns. And when I started learning and practicing ruqyah, and as since then, I have been having some cases and people I have been treating, people I have been assisting, and whenever I'm trying to help them and assist them, I was finding some difficulties in the treatment, especially when it comes to the jinn possession. So when we talk about the field of ruqyah, the field of Islamic healing, I would like each and everyone to understand most of the words and the terms so that inshallah we understand each other. What I want is for everyone to be able to understand every word we are using, because we can use a word like bid'ah or a word like shirk, but if you don't really understand the meaning and the implication of those words, you will not be able to know or condemn or accept a method without knowing what is the background or what is the deep meaning and understanding of this word. So mostly the word ruqya and sihr, sorcery, witchcraft and evil eye or ayn, or also genes and waswas, things linked to the genes, most of those words we don't really understand them while we are using it in as Muslim in general. So what I want each and everyone to understand is the word sihr means sorcery, witchcraft, spell. Whatever someone is trying to do or is concocting or doing bad things and reciting bad word on it to create a problem on someone else. Evil eye, it is when someone is looking at you with a kind of envy, appreciating a favor from Allah on you, and it will also affect you. And the third one is the jinn affection. So the jinns, they have a lot of things they can be doing to the human being. First of all is the waswas. They can be talking to you from outside your body, and you'll be hearing and understanding things, and you don't really know where are those sounds coming from. But you can clearly differentiate that those words are not from you. They are from your own mind. They are not words that you have been saying to yourself, but it's like a different entity which is talking to you and it is entering in your mind. This is the waswas that the jinn can do from outside the person's body. And now we have the jinn possession, when the jinn is entering within the body of the person. So those kind of things now, it push the level of the sickness to be at a higher level, a higher place. So the person will be screaming, shouting, shaking, falling down, and sometimes speaking different languages. And now this kind of possession make the treatment a little heavy and different than the normal cases of sihr and jinn and evil eye. So all of those things, now what we have to differentiate is that when we have one of those cases, the basics of the treatment is the Quran. The Quran recitation, when you read the Quran, when you know the Quranic verse you are supposed to apply, so you can get a good result on that one, on the specific sorcery or on the evil eye and on the genes problem, you'll be having a very good result at the end. And now when it comes to the gene possession, I have seen in the books I was reading, in the method and the imams I was following, that each and everyone were having their own methods. Everyone would propose something to be coming to push out or remove the genes from the person's body. But all of the imam were having a different understanding and different proposition on how to remove the jinn from the body. Now, some imams, when someone is having a waswas or a jinn possession, they will advise to be reading the Quran on the person, and sometimes to be hitting or beating or having a kind of pressure on the person to be able to remove the jinn from the body. But those methods mostly are risky, because when you are beating or hitting or trying to apply pressure on the person, if you don't really know where to touch, how to go to the person, you can easily affect the person physically. It can even go to paralyzing the person or even killing if you don't really know where or how you are touching the person. So this proposal or those things are seen in the book, and they are also linking it to Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, that when he took the hadith of Rasulullah saying that the Sahaba was having the jinn in his chest, and he hit the chest and he said, "Ukhruj adu Allah." He was asking the jinn to leave the body because he's the enemy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the people who have been beaten to remove the jinn in the body, they are claiming or they are saying that this hadith is the evidence and the proof of that one. But mostly, as I said, if you are not really trained to hit, or you don't really know the anatomy of the body, you may hit someone at a place and it can even kill the person, or you can hit the person at his backbone, or on the back, or on the head, or on the throat, and you can finish by paralyzing the person, and you will not really realize that you've been so far in affecting the person. Now we have the method that Sheikh Ben Halima is proposing, which is the jinn catching. And I want everyone to really understand this part very well. So the jinn catching method, it is a method just to remove the jinn, pull out the jinn with reciting the Quran only, nothing else. No sacrifices, no invocation of jinn or dua to jinn, or not asking a jinn to go and catch another jinn and bring to us. Completely no. The jinn catching method is a dua, a recitation of the Quran, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the master of the person and on the jinn. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring the jinn from that person and to be able to convert them and remove them from the person they have been affecting. So the jinn catching method is proposed by Ben Halima, but a lot of people who are commenting, a lot of people who are having an idea or a comment on the method, they don't really know what is the jinn catching. They just went to the YouTube, or they'll just be going to someone who has been to Ben Halima or one of his students, and they'll just claiming that they understood the method, but in reality it is not the case. So those who are Ben Halima's students, those who are in the field, they understand the jinn catching method more than just someone who was outside and just saw the method on Facebook or on YouTube, or you are just watching a video, and at the end of the day you'll be having a conclusion in your mind that this is the method, without really asking those who are in it or the person who created it what is really the mechanism behind it.